What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about 5 things birds of prey must not do. Now, this is kind of taking the spot of my normal birds of prey preview. If you guys like these kind of list videos or these kind of more discussion-y, very different, I think, videos than we normally do, rather than the previews, definitely let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys are liking this video, all that kind of stuff to show me you want to see this. I'm really enjoying coming up with these kind of videos. I definitely want to do that in the future. So let's jump right into this. Number 5, it's going to actually start very, very controversial. I could lose a lot of people here. Totally cool if you guys do not, by the way, agree with what I'm saying. It's okay to have disagreements. It's okay to not be thinking the exact same thing. But here we go. It's preaching SJW / all empowering women. Now, here's the deal. Yes, women can be powerful. Women can be cool. Women are on a level playing field with men. But they are, okay? Nobody is above somebody else. And I feel like what sometimes gets lost, especially in these kind of movies that really preach, that get into your face and preach these kind of things. And we even got an example, not the same genre, but with Black Christmas that came out in December. One of the reasons why that movie was just absolutely terrible, not just from the fact that the movie itself was bad, but because it had an agenda to it. And it just shoved it directly in your face. And people really don't want to hear about that, okay? And they did that so much that they forgot about creating an actual movie. And that is oftentimes what happens. So, yes, Harley Quinn is cool. We all love Harley Quinn. We all love Margot Robbie. Or at least, if you're going to go see this film, I think you have to be at least okay with that, right? Because that's like the main draw of it. But let's not go into why every man in this movie is garbage. Let's not go into why women do not need men and that women is like all anybody ever needs. Let's not really go into that all that much, because let's not forget that it's kind of even the amount of, based on actual factual statistics, it's very even the amount of men and women that go see movies. So you're not going to make too much money if you're going to insult one half of your demographic or one half of the genders that are out there, okay? That's not really a good way to approach things. Again, I'm not saying women can't be powerful. Yes, this is all about this female team, and Margot Robbie's even said it. That's totally cool, but let's still not make it so anti-men that we're going to have some problems. I hope that it doesn't. I think that's going to be a big thing that is going to influence how well this movie does. Number 4 is Black Mask. Specifically, they can't make him weak, okay? They can't make him a throwaway villain. And actually, my number 3 is the same kind of thing. So let's combine 4 and 3 here. My number 3 is also kind of throwaway grunts. So one of the main issues with Suicide Squad was those generic enemies that like looked weird. The CG wasn't very good at them. They were very like there's nothing behind them. They were throwaway villains. And not just that, but then like the Enchantress was the main villain, I guess you could say, and she was pretty darn awful, okay? So when it comes to this, I mean, they have the actor, okay? Ewan McGregor, fantastic choice, okay? I think acting performance-wise, it's going to be just fine. But Black Mask cannot be, or whoever, if Black Mask is kind of just a facade and it's not actually going to be him past maybe the halfway point or whatever, the villain needs to actually be solid. That's nothing new, and same thing with the throwaway side things. And that is a big problem when you go into the superhero or just like this kind of DC, Marvel. Even Marvel has these problems. The kind of like on the ground villains. They could be just a generic army, and that's generally what I mean. Don't make those generic armies. Don't make those kind of throwaway scenes. That kind of stuff. It is hard to avoid, considering even some of the best Marvel cinema, the Marvel movies, which are some of the best superhero movies ever made, they even fall into that trap. But specifically with Black Mask, your main villain needs to be actually like dominant in a way. He needs to be powerful. He needs to feel like he has power. He needs to feel like he has control. Again, going off of my number 5, if the whole plot is not necessarily plot, but if what they're preaching to you is how weak or how much stronger women are, I think that's going to make it a little hard for Black Mask to actually feel like he's powerful. And you do want your villain to feel like they have the one-up on your heroes, quote-unquote, which in this case is kind of, the villainy girls. You want to make sure that there's that kind of dynamic in play. And so I think, again, like the whole preaching men thing, I think is also going to come and play very, very heavily when it comes to Black Mask. They need to do that character who also has never really had justice given to him, especially in the games, never really fleshed out as well as he should have been, was obviously going to be the villain of Arkham Origins, and then they kind of, just took him out for the Joker. So he's never really had a very good chance to shine in any medium that we've seen like on a screen before. And so this is their best chance, and it's also their best chance because of Ewan McGregor. I just hope that they don't blow it. And my number 2 and my number 1 are also two of the kind of the same thing, so let's talk about it. You can't have Harley be the full center of attention, and you also can't have, again, like a throwaway supporting cast. And again, these two very, very much are linked with each other. Again, another problem with Suicide Squad is I actually quite like the performance of Will Smith and Margot Robbie. I think they did pretty darn solid. Even Jai Courtney did decent. I wouldn't say he was amazing, but I don't think he was all that bad. But really past that, supporting cast was pretty darn awful. There really wasn't any. And with, again, a film of this squad of female, kind of like they're mixed, right? They're kind of like anti-heroes. With that, like, that's cool. We all want to kind of see that. They're doing some different kinds of characters too. Some that we have seen before in different mediums, some that we haven't. And they have some pretty decent overall actresses to do them as well. So again, there's no excuses. This is their best chance to do it. You need to give them backstory. You need to give them reason for us to care about them. You need to give them purpose in this movie. And again, that links to number 1. It can't be the Harley Quinn show. And I feel like this is already kind of too late. I mean, here's the deal. Again, I like Margot Robbie's performance of Harley Quinn. I really like it, okay? So I have no problem with them making her the main thing, right? I don't care. That's awesome. I think it's actually smart that you want that. You want her to be the main star. If somebody's going to carry Birds of Prey, it's probably going to be Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. At the same time, it cannot be just about her. It cannot be the Harley Quinn show, which is tough because she is the best thing you have going about this movie, but at the same time, it's really not going to be a movie if you only focus on one character. So, what does that mean? Again, it means the other characters need to have purpose. They need to actually be characters. They need to have a character arc. They need to have development. The villains need, again, not just Black Mask, but any kind of, even if there's a side villain or the grunt, his kind of gang, they need to be like something, right? They need to have some personality to it. If they're going to address the Joker thing, which they are kind of going to do, right? They need to actually do it. So there's plenty you can do besides Harley Quinn. Yeah, she could be in almost every single scene, and again, that's fine. But in order for this movie to be good, if we come out of this movie and we say that movie was good, yes, she'll have a big reason to do with it, but also it's going to be because of some of the things around her. And again, in order to make a good movie, it's not just your central character. It's got to be everybody around it. There's plenty of films built on one person or one character. It's and if they succeed, it's not always necessarily because of that. It's because of that for sure, but then lots of things around it as well. I think, again, if Birds of Prey is going to make a mistake, it's going to be forcing her into too many scenes. Not to say that she's going to do bad, not to say that she's not going to act it well or be a good character, but you can only have so much of one character on the screen, and focusing on throughout an entire movie, you need more than just that in order to make a movie successful. So it's going to be really, really interesting. This is a very weird film. I really want this film to do good. I think it's a good idea. I think it's got a lot of good ideas, but I also see, just again, these are 5. I probably could add an extra 5 on as well. There's definitely some missteps that they can have in this movie, and we'll have to see where overall it lands. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about my list? What do you think this movie can and can't do in order to be successful? You guys going to be seeing this movie? And also let me know if there's any suggestions or anything you guys want me to talk about Birds of Prey related as we get very, very close. I mean, we're only within, I think we have less than a month at this point before Birds of Prey comes out. So I do want to cover the movie a little bit when it actually comes out. So we'll have videos there, but let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about it, both before the movie and also after the movie releases. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.